So before we start, I would like to ask you a few questions. Let's see, I'm not sure remember. So, mm, what are the adverse effects of penicillins? Common adverse effects with penicillin. What are the ADRs of penicillins?
Local irritation,
Mm-hmm.
local irritation, sir.
Hmm. Or,
Pain, pain injection site, nausea.
okay. What is nausea?
So high wages
है यार सर ओके ठीक है आती है या नहीं आती है
ये
आई
जैसा होता सर
अच्छा
हाई
ठीक
जैसा
है ओके एंड anyone else no one remembers the adverse effects other than that fellow
meningococcal infections is there.
Hypersensitivity.
मैं adverse effects पूछ रहा बेटा indication नहीं
Convulsions,
hypersensitivity reaction convulsions okay and
coma is there.
convulsions and coma adverse effects में बोल सकते हैं या toxic effects में बोल सकते हैं in the sense I mean let me put it this way do CNS symptoms occur at normal doses or high doses
High dose.
okay ठीक है and anything else other than coma convulsions और कुछ होता ना what will be a
Fever,
milder
sir.
form fever fever is not as common with paracetamol but okay अगर allergic reaction हो रहा तो fever भी हो सकता है fine something else will happen no in certain patients CNS symptom ही
Skin
है
rashes.
थ्रोम्बो
Skin
CNS
rashes.
in rashes okay that is a hypersensitive reaction anything else the patient will not be able to follow commands what is that called
सर थ्रोम्बो
mm-hmm. मेंटल कंफ्यूजन होता ना पेशेंट को brain toxicity जब हो रही when you give a very high dose it will start off with mental confusion then the patient will have muscular twitching slowly if it is not controlled the patient will start having convulsions and eventually at a high enough dose there will be coma okay all right another very one important adverse effect that occurs this is essentially a second infection. What happens with antibiotics like penicillins and broad spectrum antibiotics? Told you something will happen with them if you misuse them. If you misuse a broad spectrum antibiotic like penicillin or tetracycline, what will happen in the patient? If there is no susceptible microorganism.
So toxicity.
No, that's not a toxicity. It's kind of like a second infection. It is a second infection. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Imagine there is a bacteria which is narrow spectrum. It will only conform to one specific antibiotic. And you are giving a broad spectrum antibiotic which will not work on this fellow. What will happen inside your body?
anaphylaxis
Anaphylaxis. बेटा anaphylaxis का मतलब क्या है?
severe
An anaphylactic shock or anaphylactic reaction is an severe allergic reaction where you'll not be able to breathe. Antibiotics से नहीं होता वो. At least इससे नहीं होता. Until the patient is PCN allergy, severe PCN allergy. Funny. Forgot about super infections? Told you about super infection. No? That is a second infection essentially. Penicillins are capable of causing super infections. If you are giving a penicillin to an organism or to kill an organism which is not indicated by penicillin. Let's suppose it is penicillin resistant or whatever the reason, the penicillin is not working on that particular organism. What will happen in super infection? I think ये detail में समझाया था आपको. What is super infection? What happens inside your gut? There are some things inside your gut now which are helpful to you. What are they called? There are certain microorganisms and bacteria present inside your gut which are helpful to you. What are they called? अरे बाप रे, ऐसा भूल गया तो कैसा? Microflora and microfauna रहता ना, ठीक है? Your gut bacteria. Whenever you give a broad spectrum antibiotic, let us suppose the organism that is causing the clinical symptoms of which the patient is admitted is not is resistant to the antibiotic you are giving, to the broad spectrum antibiotic you give. What will happen is eventually as you keep increasing the dose, this microflora will die instead. And sometimes what will happen is certain organisms which this microflora was inhibiting. So they are organisms inside your body which microflora inhibits, which have the potential to cause disease, but they will not cause because of microflora. Microflora will essentially not let those organisms divide and proliferate. अगर माइक्रोफ्लोरा निकल गया तो वो इनहिबिशन चले आता, वो इनहिबिशन चले गया तो दैट बैक्टीरिया विल स्टार्ट कॉजिंग a different infection altogether. One example I gave you, a Clostridium difficile. We use broad spectrum antibiotics, microflora will die. As a result, inhibition on Clostridium difficile will be removed and the patient will have diarrhea. That is one example of a super infection. There can be other examples as well, but this is a phenomenon that occurs with broad spectrum antibiotics. Remember this, don't forget it that easily. अच्छा, I hope समझ में आया and पल्ले पड़ा आप लोगों के. If you did not understand or if you're having difficulty memorizing it, please feel free to ask. It's kind of like a small story. You'll have to imagine as a chain reaction. एक के बाद एक हो रहा. All right. Can you give me any examples for cephalosporins? First generation cephalosporins. What are examples for first generation cephalosporin drugs?
Cephaloxolin and cephaloxoxin.
Cephalozolina? Cefazolina?
Cefazolin.
Cefazolin and cefadroxil. Okay. Okay. This fellow is parenteral. This fellow is oral. Another example for parenteral will be cephalotin. Another example for oral will be cephalexin. These four, all the four are first generation. Okay. Third generation cephalosporins. Any example?
Ceftriaxone.
Ceftriaxone. Okay. And
Cefoperazone.
cefoperazone. Okay. Oral. ये दोनों parenteral है. Oral का example क्या है?
Cefixime.
Cefixime. Okay. Where can you use Cefixime? अच्छा ठीक है, स्पेक्ट्रम कोई और दिन पढ़ेंगे. सडनली ऐसा क्वेश्चन हवा में उड़ जा रहा. अच्छा, okay, in the last class I think we discussed aminoglycosides. What is the mechanism of action of aminoglycosides? How do aminoglycosides work?
Site. Enters into cytoplasm through 30S ribosomes, and it stops protein synthesis.
Can you repeat that once again?
Aminoglycosides enters into cytoplasm through 30S ribosome.
It is entering into the cytoplasm through 30th ribosome. Think carefully. Ribosome क्या है? Cytoplasm क्या है? एक सेल है, उसके अंदर सेल ऑर्गेनल राइबोसोम है. राइबोसोम से कैसे एंटर होता है? Okay, the drug is entering.
CG.
Okay, it is entering into the cytoplasm, reaching the ribosome and reaching the smaller subunit of the ribosome. Let us suppose this is the 30S and this is the 50S. What does it do in 30S?
They are binding irreversibly to the bacterial cell, causing misreading of the different
Bind
amino acids.
irreversibly. Okay, okay. And eventually, what will happen?
Eventually, they will inhibit
Stop protein synthesis.
protein
Okay,
synthesis.
protein synthesis stop. What will happen? Will the bacteria die or will the growth be stopped?
Bacteria will die.
Okay. What are two very important adverse effects of aminoglycosides, especially in elderly people?
Ototoxicity,
Hmm.
nephrotoxicity.
Okay. What drugs should you avoid when you are giving aminoglycosides?
Antibiotics.
I don't think you wrote it down. Last time I listed out a few drugs that you have to avoid. अगर दूसरे ototoxic drugs है, if you have any other ototoxic drugs that are supposed to be given to the patient, for example, let us suppose the patient has bacterial infection and hypertension. Example, ठीक है? एक hypertensive antihypertensive drug is your Lasix. Okay, this is furosemide. Any loop diuretic drug. Loop diuretic. Lasix is a loop diuretic. This is a class altogether. Okay. Loop diuretic drugs are ototoxic as well. So furosemide, torsemide, ये दोनों भी ototoxic रहते हैं. इसके साथ combine नहीं करना. Minocycline के साथ combine नहीं करना. Minocycline is a tetracycline drug. You are not supposed to combine it with any other nephrotoxic drug as well. Amphotericin B, AC inhibitors, ARBs, beta blockers, vancomycin, cisplatin, ये पूरे nephrotoxic drugs है. इन लोगों के साथ include नहीं करना. क्या बोलते हैं अपने aminoglycosides को. Even cephalothrin, first generation parenteral cephalosporin. Okay. And pregnancy में दे सकते हैं aminoglycosides.
नहीं देना चाहिए.
Okay. What will happen if you give it in pregnant women? Child will be deaf. The fetus will be deaf. Okay. Acha. Okay. Now coming to broad spectrum antibiotics, I think that much is enough. Now, as I was telling you, the mechanism of action of tetracyclines is very similar to your aminoglycosides. Once mic is on, please check. Now, what it does is that as aminoglycoside will irreversibly bind and stop it completely, यहाँ पर वो नहीं होता, ठीक है? In tetracyclines, they will bind to the A site, but they are reversibly binding in the sense that they will prevent tRNA attachment. In the sense, it will prevent tRNA attachment to A site altogether, but it is reversible in the sense that for as long as the drug is inside the patient's body, you will get a bacteriostatic effect. It will stop the growth. Okay, as soon as the drug concentration decreases below therapeutic level, done. Okay, again, replication starts and all of that will happen. So you need to make sure that the concentration, therapeutic concentration inside the blood is maintained at all times. Now, generally, tetracyclines, जो है, nowadays it is not being given for staph infections or strep infections. There is severe resistance to tetracyclines in both of these strains, because most of the strains of these two bacteria, especially in India. So, generally not use it. It's completely useless in that scenario. Okay. Certain important PK parameters about tetracyclines is that, especially older tetracyclines, जो है, main tetracycline drug itself, chlorotetracycline, oxytetracycline, they are not absorbed properly by your gut. If you give an oral medication of tetracycline, so PK, older tetracyclines, these are not absorbed by gut. Okay. Poor absorption, very, very poor absorption, incomplete absorption. And especially in the presence of food, food will interfere with the absorption of tetracyclines, old tetracyclines. Food interferes with absorption. Okay, this is the sign for with C and dash. Okay, this will be which. You remember that because आपके case sheets में most of the time that they are writing description about certain cases, or most cases there will not be enough space, so doctors generally will use abbreviations to get used to it. Anyway, Other than that, because this was a problem with older tetracyclines, doxy and minocycline were made. There is one called doxycycline and another called minocycline. Both of them are able to get absorbed even in the presence of food. Food will not affect doxycycline or minocycline's absorption. Especially doxycycline gets 95% absorbed and minocycline gets 100% absorbed inside your systemic circulation. Okay, even in the presence of food. So good bioavailability is achieved even in the presence of food. Now, one important thing that you need to remember is that tetracyclines should not be given with milk. Okay. What will happen is the calcium inside the milk or any iron preparation, okay, milk है या iron preparation है, ठीक है, anything that has a calcium or any other positive ions that will chelate with tetracycline. What is chelation? Chelation is something that is used to treat poisoning. Okay, I'll explain the concept briefly to you so that you understand what chelation is. Essentially, imagine, let's suppose someone has consumed some poison, okay, and you are giving them a chelating agent. What the chelating agent will do is, let's suppose they have consumed that poison orally. Okay, they have drunk or eaten something very poisonous. Maybe it is a overdosage of drug or whatever it is. Okay, and you are trying to chelate the drug out. क्या करता है chelating agent? It will go inside your body, especially gut. You have to give it early, okay, before the drug has time to get absorbed inside your systemic circulation. This chelating agent will go inside your gut and it will absorb the poison onto its surface. Okay, it will literally complex. It will form a complex with this thing. It will form a complex with the poison. So a chemical complex is formed. And that chemical complex essentially will change the structure of the poison, making it useless. So क्या होता है, जो नया compound बन रहा, that will get excreted as is. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Let us suppose there is a person who consumed some sort of oral poison, and you are trying to treat it, giving an antidote by a chelating agent. What a chelating agent will do is, once it goes inside your body, it will attach with the drug or with whatever the poisoning agent is. It will make a complex with it. Okay, and that complex will not be dissolved inside your blood, or it cannot be absorbed inside the blood. It is a very big structure and will not get absorbed properly. As this, it will get excreted out. So you are able to prevent the effects of poison by giving a chelating agent. Now that is an advantageous situation. If you're doing that for tetracyclines, that is a disadvantageous situation, because let us suppose you give milk or you give an iron preparation along with tetracycline. What will happen is the calcium inside this thing or the iron inside this iron preparation, that will chelate with tetracyclines and it will make it useless. So absorption decreases significantly and you will not be able to achieve therapeutic doses, or even if you are achieving therapeutic doses, it will not last for long. Okay. Absorption will get severely decreased in the presence of milk or iron preparation. Even antacids, certain antacids have the property, aluminum hydroxide, magnesium sulfate, ये पूरे जो रहते हैं, antacids, once they go inside, if you give it with tetracycline, it will not be absorbed properly. Okay, remember that. Then normally tetracyclines get excreted through kidneys. Older tetracyclines used to be excreted through kidneys, and you needed to this thing, change the dose, especially in case of renal insufficiency. The dose needed to be tapered or needed to be changed. Later on, doxycycline and minocycline came out, and they were relatively safe in renal insufficiency because they are getting excreted through gut. Okay, minocycline and doxycycline, these two are the only ones that have gut excretion. Okay, so they get excreted through feces, not any problem on the kidneys. No urinal excretion. So kidneys, agar, let's suppose the patient has having any renal insufficiency or kidney damage or whatever infection they have, let's suppose which is involving their kidney, you can still give these two antibiotics. They're relatively safe. One problem with tetracyclines, like any other broad spectrum antibiotic, is superinfection. If you are misusing tetracyclines, there is a very good chance that the patient's microflora will be inhibited and the patient will suffer from superinfections. Common adverse effects with tetracyclines will include, they generally have GIT irritation, photosensitivity. Now, whenever you are giving this thing tetracyclines to patients, make sure to ask them not to go out in the sun once they have taken their drug, because they'll become photosensitive. They once they go out in the sun after taking the drug, they'll start having redness, rashes. They'll start feeling very hot. They'll become very photosensitive. Okay, it can cause hepatotoxicity. Hepatotoxicity. In certain patients, it will also cause jaundice. Okay. It has potential of causing renal toxicity. At least older drugs had the potential to cause, older tetracycline the potential to cause renal toxicity. The newer ones not as much. And teeth and bone deformations. Plus bone deformations. In certain patients, teeth this thing staining as well. That is why it is contraindicated in pregnancy. It is contraindicated in lactation and in children who are younger than 8-year-old. उन लोगों के अंदर bone formation gets affected. Okay, so teeth and bone deformation occurs, teeth and bone teeth staining occurs, and general growth problems भी होता है bone में. When you are giving tetracyclines to kids, they avoid it in children altogether. Better not give in patients who are younger than 18, but for sure never give it in patients who are younger than 18. Okay. If the patient is another contraindication, I'll just write down the contraindications here. Contraindications: pregnancy, lactation, children younger than 8 years old. Okay. Patient on diuretics. Say furosemide, torsemide, acetazolamide, all दूसरे, not just loop diuretics, any other diuretics. Okay. Specifically because it will increase blood urea level. Blood urea. If you are giving in the presence of a let's suppose you give a tetracycline or a diuretic in the presence of the other, अगर आप diuretic tetracycline combine करें, blood urea level significantly increases. Okay, this can affect blood pressure as well. And contraindicated in renal and hepatic insufficiency. Generally, आप newer tetracyclines दे सकते हैं, but it is better to avoid and use a completely different drug altogether. Okay. Do not inject this drug with penicillin. Okay, and do not inject it intrathecally. So that is also contraindication. Don't inject with penicillin and intrathecally. Okay. No intrathecal injection of this. Now, specific to minocycline, there are a few adverse effects. Minocycline has the ability to cause vestibular toxicity. Okay, vestibular toxicity अगर हुई तो the patient will have vertigo, ataxia, dizziness. हमारे क्लाइकोसाइट का थोड़ा जो प्रॉब्लम होता है वेस्टिबुलर, उसमें कॉक्लियर डैमेज भी हो रहा, इसमें सिर्फ वेस्टिबुलर डैमेज होता. Minocycline की वजह से, because of vestibular damage, the patient might have ataxia, nausea, vomiting. They might get dizzy, vertigo हो सकता है थोड़े patients को. So keep that in mind. Okay. So that is about tetracyclines. Now we have other associated drugs. One drug is tigecycline. This is also a broad spectrum antibiotic. It has better coverage when compared to tetracyclines. Common tetracyclines at least. This is essentially a minocycline derivative. So mechanism of action will remain the same. Minocycline से और synthetic form बना है tigecycline. But the purpose was it is able to target resistant species. Specifically, इसके spectrum में spectrum includes methicillin and vancomycin. So both of these, methicillin is a penicillin resistant penicillin. Vancomycin is another antibiotic. We'll discuss about that some other day. But vancomycin resistant strains. Okay. So specifically vancomycin and methicillin resistant staph. इन लोगों को VRSA या MRSA भी बोलते हैं. Very, very, very dangerous bacteria, because other drugs will generally not work on them. Strep, you can use tigecycline on MDR enterococci. ठीक है, आप स्टेफाइलोकोकस निमोनिया पे यूज कर सकते हैं, स्ट्रेप्टोकोकस निमोनिया पे यूज कर सकते हैं. You can also use it on anaerobes. Very good on anaerobes. Okay. In certain cases, you can also use it for mycobacterium. So specifically TB and leprosy अगर है किसी को तो आप digicycline in certain cases use करते हैं, rickettsia में use कर सकते हैं, chlamydia में use कर सकते हैं, legionella में use कर सकते हैं. Spectrum is pretty broad. Okay, it will work very well, especially on in infections where other antibiotics are not working. Digicycline will generally work. Right. जनरली ये क्या बोलते हैं इसलिए डेवलप हुआ था क्योंकि ग्राम पॉजिटिव एंड ग्राम नेगेटिव anaerobes which were resistant to tetracyclines, they can be treated using tigecycline even though it has similar mechanism of action. Those anaerobes will die because of tigecycline, or those anaerobes will not die, they will get affected because of tigecycline. And another big advantage of tigecycline is that its t-half is very long, so you can decrease the duration. You can give it once in 2 days as well. T-half is around 36 hours. Will work for a long period of time inside the body. All right. So once in 2 days or so, you can give this drug. Sometimes once in 1.5 days, but once in 2 days is good. And it has good tissue penetration and cell penetration as well. So अगर systemic infections है, tissue infections है, अच्छा काम करता है tigecycline. Mainly gets excreted through gut. There is gut excretion. Okay. You don't need to reduce the dose in case of renal dysfunction. Main adverse effect will be vomiting and nausea, and it is very pronounced. Okay, very common in this tigecycline. Almost 25% of patients who are taking tigecycline will have nausea and vomiting. Okay, so 1 in 4 patients who are on tigecycline will have nausea and vomiting, and it is completely contraindicated in pregnant women. Do not give tigecycline in pregnant women. Okay. So that is one drug that is associated with this tetracyclines. Then we come to another drug, which is also broad spectrum, but this is kind of a last resort drug. Okay, normally दूसरे drugs काम नहीं कर रहे, बहुत severe infection है तो ये देते हैं. Chloramphenicol. Okay. Now, depending on the concentration you are giving, this drug can be both bacteriostatic and bactericidal. Okay. Essentially, ये क्या करता है drug? This will stop transpeptidation step. Okay. So inside your ribosome, this fellow will go and attach. The mechanism of action of the drug is that it will binds to 50S ribosome. Okay. And it will inhibit transpeptidation. Inhibits transpeptidation. Transpeptidation क्या है? If you remember, in the process of protein synthesis, the first part will be, reading the codon. Once the codon is read, tRNA with the specific amino acid for that codon will come and attach to A site. Okay. फिर ribosome right को हटता. This tRNA which was present on A site will move towards the left, so it will come to the peptidyl site now. And the second codon is read. Once the second codon is read, appropriate tRNA will come and attach to A site again. What will happen between those two amino acids is that a peptide bond is formed. Okay? So that one amino acid can be linked to another amino acid, which was present in the first tRNA. That amino acid will get linked to the amino acid 2 on tRNA2. So नया tRNA आया. That step is called transpeptidation. Okay? आप peptide bond form कर रहे हैं. Chloramphenicol will inhibit that step. Depending on the concentration, it will completely inhibit that step, like irreversibly inhibit, या फिर it will end up killing that bacteria, or sometimes at lower concentration it can just stop that. This thing is organism to organism थोड़ा change होता. But organisms are slightly resistant, so in those organisms it is generally bacteriostatic. Okay, by inhibiting transpeptidation step, you can get bacteriostatic or bactericidal effect depending on those. All right. One important thing that you need to remember about chloramphenicol, why it is so dangerous, is because at high enough doses, chloramphenicol will inhibit mammalian protein synthesis, meaning it will specifically inhibit mammalian mitochondrial protein synthesis. इसका मतलब क्या है? Your own protein synthesis will start getting affected because of chloramphenicol, which can be very dangerous. There is a very specific adverse effect that occurs with this thing called gray baby syndrome. So what will happen is the baby will have cyanosis. Okay, ऐसा रहता है gray baby syndrome. So you can see the degree to which cyanosis is occurring, and eventually their skin will become gray. Okay, this extensive cyanosis might be fatal sometimes. So that is the reason why it is completely contraindicated in pregnant women and in children. Okay. Another problem is that it will cause bone marrow suppression. It will suppress bone marrow to such an extent wherein the patient can develop aplastic anemia. Okay, and it can also cause GI disturbances. So remember that, and because it is broad spectrum, it has the potential of causing super infections. So four main problems. One is gray baby syndrome, where because of severe cyanosis, the patient is becoming gray in color, and the patient might essentially what is happening is the drug is not able to metabolize. The chloramphenicol will not be metabolized by children. When वो metabolize नहीं हुआ, accumulate होने लगा, that is when the patient will have gray baby syndrome. वो एक problem है. GI disturbances होते हैं, aplastic anemia हो सकता है because of bone marrow depression, and it can cause super infections because it is broad spectrum. मेनली इसके स्पेक्ट्रम में आते हैं ग्राम पॉजिटिव, ग्राम नेगेटिव एनारोबिक बैक्टीरिया या साल्मोनेला, H इन्फ्लुएंजा, क्लेब्सियला, निसीरिया, नेसिरिया मेनिंजाइटिस. ठीक है, क्वाइट अ लॉट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स व्हिच आर नॉट नॉर्मली ट्रीटेड, वो पूरे इसे ट्रीट कर सकते हैं. PK is that it gets rapidly absorbed. Once that you are giving the drug, it gets rapidly absorbed and comes to systemic circulation pretty quickly. Tissue penetration is very, very good, all excellent, attains a good concentration in CSF as well, but it is metabolized by liver, specifically by liver conjugation. That is the problem in children. Because their liver is not developed properly, that is why the adverse effect that will occur in them is very severe. इसलिए उन लोगों को नहीं देते जनरली, प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन को भी नहीं देते, या लैक्टेटिंग वुमेन को भी नहीं देते, या चिल्ड्रन को भी नहीं देते. Okay. So that is about chloramphenicol. In certain situations, chloramphenicol is useless. अगर mycobacterium है, pseudomonas है, proteus है, viral infection है, fungal infection है, ये पूरा भी काम नहीं आता chloramphenicol. Okay. So I'll repeat once again. It is useless in mycobacterium, TB or leprosy, that is. Pseudomonas पे काम नहीं करता, proteus पे काम नहीं करता, viral and fungal infections पे काम नहीं करता. In certain textbooks, you will not find chloramphenicol in broad spectrum. You might find it in nitrobenzene derivatives. ठीक है, वैसा भी क्लासिफाई करते हैं based on structure, chemical name के बेस पे आगे क्लासिफाई करते हैं. इसको nitrobenzene derivatives में डालते हैं. अगर फंक्शन से डाल रहे हो तो broad spectrum antibiotics में डालते हैं. Right? So mainly used in meningitis, especially pyogenic meningitis. You can use it in anaerobic infections, UTI. You can also use it in enteric fever. Okay, enteric fever is typhoid. So that is about broad spectrum antibiotics. Main nursing implications that you have to remember with all broad spectrum antibiotics, especially with tetracyclines, is that avoid food with tetracyclines, especially older tetracyclines. Do not give milk, antacids, or iron preparations. Okay? Do not give it in children. Do not give it in pregnant women. And tell the patient that they'll become photosensitive, especially to tetracyclines. Do not go out once you are on tetracyclines. Okay? Don't go out in the sun, and they'll have rashes and all. Okay? That will be problematic, and they'll be very photosensitive.